Hey guys, how are we doing? So I'm not used to holding the microphone like this. It's normally like this because I'm a music producer and DJ. And over the years, I've really come up with a method of how to tell if someone is a DJ, and that's because they'll tell you. So don't worry. They're everywhere, so don't worry about it. So this really gave me direction for my talk today about creativity and music in particular. Music has been a really important part of my life, and some of my fondest memories have involved music. So I was lucky enough to come from a family that had great musical taste and consumed many genres and styles, and this really gave me a great foundation to moving forward. So through this love, it led me to exploring it more and providing myself a voice and a way of communicating. So through communicating, if someone liked gypsy folk heavy metal, I'd be a bit skeptical, but if someone liked Jimi Hendrix, I was automatically engaged in conversation, and it became my ultimate escape. So this eventually led me to making my own music and exploring this. So starting a project with nothing in front of me and building an actual song through drums, synths, and other instruments that no one other than myself could have made. This really became an amazing feeling and quite cathartic for me. So with my background and constantly in awe of creativity, I really wanted to delve deep into the topic, and I truly believe that every single one of us is creative or has the potential to be creative. And people don't often believe they're creative because they normally compare themselves to others, and also due to the societal view that your brain is split into the right and left hemisphere. So your right is you're more creative and active when doing cultural activities, whereas your left is more analytical and logical. But when undergoing creative tasks, you're actually using 40 different areas in your brain. And this is due to three main brain networks, being the imagination network, which is your ability for simulation and coming up with ideas, your salience network, which is your internal consciousness and how you process events that happen outside, and then you have the executive attention network, which is where you focus on tasks. So with research has shown that when the executive attention network has been reduced, your mind can wander and you can come up with creative ideas. And I guess that explains some of the peer evaluations I got this year. So to truly show that all you need is your brain and a limited set of skills and tools to create something new, I challenged myself to make a song entirely out of sounds recorded at Red and Yellow. So please enjoy, and hopefully the speakers can handle this fire. Cool. So, thanks guys. So to talk everyone through what I did, I used my music production software called Ableton, and I use this to manipulate the various sounds that are recorded. So this is through pitching them up or down or using various effects to really get what I was looking for. So I used the closing of the fridge door as a kick drum, a Red Bull can as hi-hats and percussion. I used the claps as claps, and I used Jono's angelic voice as the melodics, being the chords in the melody. So this is my way of expressing my creativity, and we all express it in different ways on a daily basis. So picking out outfits, putting different items of clothing together is creative, coming up with all the marketing strategies we have this year. Even cooking is creative, getting different ingredients to make something really delicious. And my terms of creativity in the kitchen is putting cheese on toast. And then even people in more corporate side, problem solving, coming up with ways to fix things. But hopefully accountants aren't too creative because that's borderline illegal. And the best way I could really sum this up is by looking at the cloud. Each one of us will see a cloud and associate it with a different image, be it an animal or an object or something. And no one in the history has been boring enough to say that it looks like a floating white chicken nugget. Although I can see the resemblance. And then to further illustrate this point, I decided to use a Torrance test of creativity. And this is where this object is given to participants, and they have free reign to draw whatever they like. So I decided to give it to a more creative person and a more logical and analytical person to really see the difference between them. So this is a more creative person. You can see that the object's completely been transformed, and it's really beautiful and arty and otherworldly. And the more analytical and logical person came up with this. So those characteristics really don't describe this drawing at all. It is free and really creative and reinforces this idea. So why am I telling you this? Well, because all of us Mac students, and me included, we need jobs. So someone please hire me. And now especially with the exponential growth of technology and artificial intelligence, human characteristics will really shine through, and creativity is at the forefront of that. So in a corporate sense, IBM did research in 2010 where they asked 1,600 CEOs in 60 countries if they thought their company was prepared for the future, and just under half said that they weren't. So when asked why and what they could do, they said reinforcing creative ideals in the business and hiring more creative people will really bring them through. And also LinkedIn published an annual list of the most common used words when people used to describe themselves, and creative came on top in 2012 and has largely been used since. So with this all being said, creativity also has the potential to make money, and lots of it. So take for instance the brand Supreme. This brand has become completely one of the most sought after brands of my generation, and the lines outside the stores are super long, and the online store sells out in seconds. And they can drop any item with branding on it and it will sell regardless of what it is. But they have one product which I find really amazing. So take the skating brand's logo and take a brick and put them together, because they're two completely unrelated things, and you have the Supreme brick. So if you're looking to buy one of these, you can buy it for 14,000 Rand. So hopefully when I'm a successful marketer, I'll build my house out of this. So creative or not, it generates money, and the point I'm trying to drive is that the most absurd ideas can actually make money. So respect the absurd and listen to other people, because something so weird and so wrong can be so brilliant. And then I'd just like to end off with how we can be more creative. Creativity, you can't follow rules. Creativity is about inherently breaking those rules. So I've come up with a guideline rather than a rule book that we can use to be more creative. So first we have F, which is for fun. Coming up with ideas and fixing problems should be fun. Listen to music, watch films, talk to people, check out nature, and enjoy life. Keeping culture is fun, and this will start to impact creativity. We have U for understanding. So understanding what's a trend, understanding what's popular and what's happening in culture. Understand yourself and understand all your tools. We then have C for collaboration. Collaborating is the best way of learning and getting inspired. Everyone has a different perspective on life, and everyone has different insights into different worlds. Conversations can unlock the most incredible ideas and connect you with amazing people. And last, we have K, which is for knowledge. Learn everything you can. Knowledge certainly is power, and the more you know, and the more you can creatively assert yourself. Being able to have an opinion and being creative is truly amazing. And constantly there's conversation regarding many topics, and the worst thing you could do is be uneducated when you're giving your own opinion. So there we have it. Through fun, understanding, collaboration, and knowledge, you can be more creative. And the last point I want to drive is creativity is normally really stressful and mentally draining. So thanks to the framework I've given, you can really make a nice word out of that to release any stress. Cool. Thank you.